What up, what up, what up? It's your hero Success here with another edition of Say What the Go-Go Show, streaming right here exclusively on Go-Go Royalty app. We got special guests here with us today. If you a Go-Go extraordinaire, if you know Go-Go, if you always out and about in these streets, you can't help but know this man here. He goes by Bones. You gotta throw the whole thing in there. Bones M. Simmons
Oh
in the
man, thank you,
building.
bro. That was nice,
What's
man. I
going on?
appreciate that, bro.
That's what's up. Because you know you always all over the spot. So if you in the spots, then you know what I'm saying, Bones. If you anywhere where GoGo was at, you know what I'm saying? We that kind of be out here in the community, we all see each other, know of each other at the very least. So if you don't know Bones, then you ain't really out here in GoGo. You know what
Thank
I'm
you,
saying?
brother.
Like you say, what's going on, my man?
Man, I'm nothing cool. How you doing, man?
Same old, working as usual, trying to get this go-go thing on another level.
Yeah, man, you better be working. You got time, man. Keep it occupied.
Yeah, it do. Because if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be spending money on prostitutes.
No, don't say that, bro. You'll find something else to do with your money than that.
I would, I would.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah, I've
find something.
had those days of blowing my money on stuff like that, so I
Yeah,
definitely know how to occupy my time more.
yeah.
But doing the things that we love, go-go is one of the things that I love, and whichever way I can be in that space, I always try to do it. So we got this podcast thing going on, partnering with Go-Go Royalty, bringing
Mm-hmm.
some of that type of content, Go-Go type content to the platform.
Yeah,
Um,
I like what you're doing right here, man. It's nice.
that's what's up. So we're gonna have shows every week and talking to people in the go-go scene and, you know what I'm saying, fans and everybody else. 'Cause, I mean, a lot of shows they want to just talk to the musicians, but
Mm-hmm.
go-go is more than just the musicians. It's the community as a whole, as a culture as a whole. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the history of go-go. We got a lot of people that never picked up an instrument that can tell you a lot about the history. So when we do say what the Go-Go show, we want to see what everybody say. When the lead rapper say what, he want to know what y'all saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the premise of the show, to be able to say what and let everybody say what they gotta say. So how long you been out here doing your, first of all, tell people what you do other than just cranking to go-go and enjoying the music. What do you do in the go-go community?
He said, "What I do
Yeah,
in the go-go community?
yeah.
Actually, I'm a videographer. I started going to the band. I've been going to see the bands ever since I was uh, shit, probably a teenager."
Mhm.
And I said to myself, shit, I'm gonna start recording these bands as I got older. It became a hobby of recording the bands. Then it just turned into something I love doing.
That's what's up. How long you been doing the videography? Like when did
Probably
you
like
go
six,
from just kind of doing it for just fun to or for a hobby and then to turn into something a little bit more serious?
where it turned into more serious when I started, I looked at life a little bit different. Like when you start losing people, stuff start happening, like damn, you just seen that particular person. So, as I capture people, it's like I never try to get rid of the footage or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I always
Hmm.
save it to an external drive or whatever because I got so much footage, bro. I could do my own documentary.
What's stopping you?
Time, time, and a lot of time. When you doing stuff and you just by yourself. In order for you to win doing anything, I could do it by myself, but you need a team. Everything
Hmm.
works off a team. You can't do nothing by yourself and expect to be successful. You can be good at it, but you won't be successful.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. So we gonna try to get you a team. So we gotta find a space to put all this information at, because in order to keep GoGo alive or anything alive, we gotta make sure things are archived and have spaces like the GoGo Museum and even people that have like YouTube channels and stuff like that. Like that's a form of, as long as YouTube around, you're gonna always have what's on YouTube. I can go back. I got YouTube I got YouTube videos from like 15 years ago, still sitting there.
Hmm.
But it's a form of an archive that we can utilize. So with digital spaces and things of that nature, you can always utilize those spaces to archive the history, which like I said, outside of the Go-Go Museum and other kind of little spaces like MLK Library. Like I said earlier, we as the fans, we have our own history that we need to archive and put all together, and that's one big story of Go-Go as well. So it's good that you doing what you doing and showing people who either been to the Go-Go's but then doesn't archive it, or also having the ability for people who never been to a Go-Go or don't know anything about Go-Go to be able to see it.
Hmm.
Because one thing to hear is something totally different to, kind of, to see it and what it's like. So what's been your experiences, not just as a fan, but also as a professional in video and being in the clubs, you know what I'm saying, seeing the fans, seeing the bands from like your perspective as a videographer.
Well, my perspective, I like to ask a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I want to ask you when you first come in the door. I don't take for granted I can record you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you if I can video, if I can record you. You know, if the band get the party, you don't mind being recorded. So you know, I get some yays and I might get some nays or whatever because everybody don't want to be recorded. So
Mm-hmm.
the ones that don't, you know what I'm saying? You know that you can put your lens on them, but the ones that do, man, the Denzel Washington them and all night long or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Those your stars for the night or whatever because they don't mind, portraying a role for a party to the go-go or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to nobody else that don't want to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or they got a problem with it even. Man, people just funny. I made a post the other day on Facebook, like saying how ATL people are different. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't saying anything towards any community, any specific culture or people. Brother, when you lived in a city your whole life and you see different hospitality that just overwhelms you with people speaking. I'm talking about from males to females, everybody just being so nice or whatever. I've never seen that because we get it's a different vibe here than
Mm-hmm.
being in Atlanta or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen that, man, bro, I was overwhelmed that man, bro. Again, like how it is to be down south.
Mm-hmm. It was,
I didn't know people that friendly, bro.
but what's crazy? I was saw a YouTube video the other day. It was a chick. I want to say she's from New York, and she was saying that about DC. She was like, I don't know why y'all say DC is dangerous and crazy. Like DC people, DC natives. She's like DC natives.
It depends on what part of DC she went to. You know what I'm saying? Because she
Mm,
didn't meet the whole DC.
nah. So whatever neighbor, she was like my neighborhood. She was like my neighbors is friendly. Everybody speak. And she was like, it's different between the DC natives that she knows and the transplants. So like the
Hmm.
transplants, yeah, they rude and they just be doing whatever they do. But the natives, you know what I'm saying, they speak, they friendly, they neighborly and things of that nature. So I mean DC is technically the South, so I guess we do have it's the South technically under the Mason Dixon line. And definitely when you come from New York, where you probably don't get none of that kind of I'm saying neighborly, friendly kind of situation. And then, like you said, between here and Atlanta, it's even more different from the hospitality that they give down that deep down south, as opposed to us, who is the more northern south, as I call it.
Well, bro, that's how we supposed to just say that as far as the people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to. I don't think it's foolish or weak to show your brother some type of love. You know what I'm saying? Like when you seen me, you gave me a shirt. You know what I mean? That shirt cost somebody something. I didn't pay for it. But it
Mm-hmm.
cost somebody something and they thought enough of me to let me have it or whatever and didn't charge me anything. You know what I mean? That's big in my book. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
big in my book, regardless of what's on it. Just the fact that somebody thought enough of me to give me something that they paid their money for. So again, we don't have a whole lot of that. You know what I'm saying? As far as here, where people, you gotta be, somebody gotta you just gotta be known or motherfucker gotta shit. You gotta be popular, if that make any
Mm.
sense.
Yeah, I feel you because that's one thing I've been saying for years. Like I've worked in the hip hop kind of realm, even the comedy realm, doing TV and stuff like that back in the day. And it's the same thing. Like everybody, they have talent, they want to blow up. Like you see people from other cities and stuff. But it seems like DC pretty much, if you aren't popular and work your ass off, like you said, on your own with your team or whatever, to become big, it's like they ain't even checking for you. Look at Wale. As long as Wale was out trying to blow up, it took for somebody from across the pond to help Wale out, and then once Wale was on, now people want to start listening to Wale. And
Hmm.
with GoGo, it's kind of the same thing because it's not like we don't have a lot of bands, but some bands don't get the love because they're not on the level of the big bands. They can sound just as good as the big bands, but you ain't a big band. But how are they supposed to become a big band if y'all not showing the love like you're supposed to, and you only giving love to those that's already established?
Hey,
Is
bro,
that something that you notice?
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna just say what I think is facts for me. Like far as like anything that you do out here, okay, you might have a passion, a talent, and that shit might be on 1,000, but don't nobody know. Okay, you get a team, you get a team, and you literally got to bust your ass to literally become something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be consistent with it. You can't get mad at people on your team want to get rid of them, get rid of them. You keep rearranging your teammates or whatever, and y'all ain't even made it nowhere yet. You got to make it first, then you can maybe rearrange some chess pieces or whatever. But for the most part, try to make it with the brothers that you're starting out with first. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tell them after y'all done made it or whatever. Then you can part ways. But until man, want to stick with that brother for a reason and a cause. Like man, we gonna do something right here, and be whatever your cause is, be consistent. Whatever you're trying to do, just be consistent at it and just keep. We live in a world where you can keep on putting what you're doing out there and let people notice and make people see it and make people take heed. Like, oh man, okay. Oh, that was cool. Oh, okay. We have the ability to show somebody our consistency on different levels if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you ain't got nothing to show nobody, back to back all the time, don't start doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because people look for, okay, what's next? They
Yeah.
want to see what's next. So you can't
Mm-hmm.
give them something, don't give them nothing.
Go give them something now, and then we don't hear nothing from you for 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah, bruh, that's part of being like again, like when we was before we had cable and all this, all these channels or whatever. We came home, we watched the same shows every day. Every day
Mm-hmm.
we watched the same shows. They came home, or maybe came on at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or whatever. It was the same consistency or whatever. I didn't know nothing about rap music until watching BET. What BET did was put that shit down my throat. They shoved it. They made me love rap music because damn, oh that's who that is. Oh okay. So now I want to see who 106 and Park. I want to watch BET because of what they showing me. Their consistency to build up these rappers. Them dudes
Mm-hmm.
wasn't stars within their own right at first. You had to really
Yeah.
make them know that they were stars because what they was doing was just regular stuff to them.
Mm-hmm. Places like the Bay Rap City and stuff like that, introducing you to new people that you never knew. Like you said, they put it down your throat because regardless of which show, even though it was different shows, they were still all the shows was pushing the same thing, which was the music.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the same. The it was pushing music. Then a lot of them came with teams or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so now, when you look at like now, okay, back then they like I'm gonna just say like I think everybody who doing anything, you need a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's your nephew, if it's me,
Mm.
if it's your sister. Everybody that's doing something need their own cameraman, especially something that could capture you just doing, I don't care if you tying your shoe or whatever. Somebody just can always just capture your being of being out here and being what you do out here.
Mm-hmm. In this digital age where everything is documented and phones and social medias, you definitely need to make sure, like you said, you're consistent with what you have to be consistent with showing people what you do and who you are. because you can look at something on Instagram and you can swipe 3 times and totally forget what you just looked at 20 seconds ago.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're consistent, you kind of flooding the situation or flooding the feed, then they can't help but know who you are because they keep on seeing
Bro, I had one video that joint had 85,000 views. I loved it.
you. What video was it?
It was a Faces You Know video. It was called Old School
Okay.
Pocket.
Hmm. We love the old school pockets. If that jump was cranking, then yeah, it's gonna give you a couple of times. I know if certain videos I see and that thing cranking, I got the
Mm-hmm.
video I got the video on repeat like it's a CD or something.
But bro, when you got I'm gonna just say, I have a tendency to always go when I see like artists, like these musicians, to ask them how did they get in the position that they in. Like, who taught you how to do what you're doing? Because you do it so well, and you can do it for a long period of time. Most of these musicians start as kids playing instruments. Mother, grandmother, or father. It's rare that the father buy an instrument to get to the child. I done asked all these dudes. It is rare, bruh, that the father, you might get out of 10 brothers, you might got 3 of them that got a dad that gave him an instrument to start a band. The rest of them, it came from women, bruh.
Mhm. Why you think that is?
Man, hey, you tell me.
I think because the mothers are the more obviously the nurturers that want to make sure like the fathers is the provider. So while we spending the money and we paying the bills, and I remember watching Fences recently, and even though Denzel was the father and he went to work, when he walked through the door, he passed that check over to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And anything like once I make this money, I did my part. You do what's supposed to be done with it. So once if the father's in the house, once he did his part to provide, look, if your mother want to buy you an instrument, that's between y'all. And she, whatever she needs to do to maintain that nurturing, I'm saying, aspect to keep the kids occupied and things of that nature. Because in some households, especially back in the day, yeah, you're the one that manages the house. I give you the money for the house, you manage the house. So if you got kids and managing the kids is a part of managing the house and getting him an instrument to keep him occupied is a part of managing the house. Hey, here's the money and go do whatever you're gonna do. Especially we got
Or
those fathers, like I said, that just go to work, come home, don't do nothing with the kids because I'm tired. You got those type of fathers, definitely, yeah, the mother gonna be the ones that's putting all the
or in
stuff.
some cases, the father ain't there, and the mothers want to see their child become something, or just do. I mean, just occupy their time. But time is
Mm,
everything, and learn a craft that nobody can take away from you. When I sit back and look at like the drummers, the horn players, the when I'm videoing, I'm locked in a lot of times on the Congo players and the drummer, because
mm,
if I walk back there and see what they doing, bro, it's amazing how they keeping that pace. It's amazing how that Congo player, man, I mean, smacking them Congos, and they inspire me. Every year, I might give me a set of Congos and end up selling them down the
mm.
line, because that ain't really my passion. I just like what they be
Mm.
doing and be trying to mimic them and knowing I
Yeah.
can't do it. You know what I mean? But they be at me like, God damn, look what he doing. I know I can do that, and never could do it.
And that's how those Congo players got where they are. They seen somebody else do it and was like, man, I love what they doing. I want to do that. Only difference is they put in the time and the effort to
Yeah,
learn it. And you was like, fuck it. This ain't my.
bro. Guess what? I ain't got time for, Tim. I ain't got time for my hands to be bleeding and hands feel all hard. I'm too old for that.
I feel you. I was working with a youth go-go band. Um, what's the name of that school? I don't know. I can't remember. Not Rocket Ship. Damn, what's the name of that school? I forgot the name of the school. But it's middle school. They got elementary school, got middle school back there. Where Brown used to be at. Is Brown still there? The building's still there, but back there with Brown, there, I can't remember the name of that. That saved my life. But the music teacher, he works with the kids teaching the go-go, and yeah, the little boy was in there. He was smacking the shit out of Congos. He got the speed and all that shit. And he was like, my hands hurt, starting to hurt. He was like, yeah, because one, you smacking them hard as shit, but two,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? That's just a part because that's something you got to learn, and you kind of I guess you grow that calluses sometimes. You see the ones that's been doing it for a while, they do it and it's so effortless. You know what I'm saying? You might see somebody with some tape here and there, but most of the dudes they so used to it, they don't even feel it no more. Especially
Man,
if you
bro,
get
you ever shake their hands?
rough
Man,
ass,
bricks.
rough ass John Henry ass hands.
Man, you
Like
shaking a
baby,
brick.
that shit make that shit hard, but it's a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you do, even if you're a drummer, it's like your whatever leg you kicking that bass with, that joke will be 3 times stronger than the if you kicking with your right leg, it's gonna be 3 times stronger than your left leg. But
Mm-hmm.
you get used to it because when you start off, that motherfucker be burning, it's gonna be tired. And you start working that motherfucker, you can go an hour straight and
But
that
bro,
leg be going.
any repetitious behavior, you're gonna get great. I don't care what you're doing.
Yep. Let's say 10,000, take 10,000 hours to perfect it, 10,000 hours of practice and doing it to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of hours.
But bro, but once you occupy like time, doing nothing is a lot of hours.
Oh yeah. That's it's more hours doing. You don't want in a perfect situation, you don't want to have more hours doing nothing than
Mm-hmm.
doing something. At least the hours you're awake. If you wake up and you do 8 hours of sleep and you got 6 to 8 hours where you conscious to do something, you need to the majority of that 16 hours need to be doing something productive, constructive. If it's the other way around, then you just wasting the time God gave you. That's why from the time I wake up, half the time when I wake up and get out the bed, it be 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like, damn, I ain't even ate breakfast yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I jump out the bed, I'm doing what I need, jumping on my phone, jumping on my laptop, whatever I need to do. And I don't even get a chance to eat because I'm like, let me do this first. By the time I finish that, well, let me move and do this. And then if I don't do this now, I'm forget. And before you know it, I forgot to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the type of passion you need, like you said, to be successful and kind of keep moving in a positive direction and move towards whatever your goal is, if you have a goal. So from here, how long? Back in the day when you was in the Go Go's, you was that teenager. What bands was you going to see?
I love air raid and prophecy.
So you back in the classics days and
Man,
like
air
the
raid, and
classics,
then,
the
then I
triples.
then I started going to see bands like Class Band. Shuri's was my favorite spot to go to a go-go. Atlantic
Mm.
Skating Ring.
See, back in the old school days. I was still in
Mm.
elementary school. I was still
Mm-hmm.
elementary school when you was out there in the club partying.
Yeah, how old are
So
you, Tim?
I'm 45.
Oh, okay.
So you was like I got a brother, he 55. So my love of go-go started from him going to all those spots, coming back with the PA tapes and all that. Me sneaking his PA tapes, listening to go-go while he
Yeah, but
gone running the streets.
you had to be somebody to get a PA tape.
He had the whole shoebox full of tapes. And while he gone running the streets, I'm cranking them on 4, 5 years old, 6 years old, cranking all my brother tapes. And that's how I even knew go-go existed. You
Getting
know
your
what I'm
brother's
saying?
tapes on.
Yeah. Your little brother always want to do what the big brother do. So when mom's ain't home, he blasting the go-go through the house. And then when he gone, I'm blasting just to be able to do what he do. So he had a band, little neighborhood band and all that stuff. And then later on he managed the band. He managed the band. And his best friend he grew up with, he managed a band. My big brother had a best friend and they was both in the go-go band together. My big brother's best friend's little brother was Bam from Steel Band.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Bam, we started loving go-go because our big brothers was go-go heads and started bands and stuff. And Bam went on and did his thing, having his bands and shit, and I just went a different direction with Go Go doing the media thing. So
Yeah,
it's
man, I'm from my old
amazing.
neighborhood.
We grew up. We grew up back in the early '80s around Lynn Hill when we was still in elementary school, and then they moved late '80s, and then we reconnected with them in the late '90s, like
Hmm.
around when I was graduating high school, and that's when he had his first band. And like I said, he had his first band. His brother Nick was managing, and my brother Mike was helping out. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that was his love. That was their love, and they was best friends. So whatever my brother can do to help, you know what I'm saying? His best friend and his little brother, that was kind of like we was all like family. Like that's my his band was like a brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we came up, like I said, early back in the day. But when you got that love for go go, or like I said, that love for anything, you gonna find a way to stay involved in it. So
Hmm.
everybody, everybody can't pick up an instrument to play it. And some people don't need to be picking up instruments and trying to play. But whatever you, if you got that type of passion and you want to be involved, it's always a way to do it. Pick up a camera, pick up a microphone, take some pictures, do
But
some
as long as you're
interviews,
bringing
do
something
something.
positive to the table with it,
Yeah, that's
you know
all
what
it
I'm saying?
is.
Like
Right?
what y'all doing. I love when people start clothing line, bro. It's a whole lot could be started off go go. Hey, bro,
Mm-hmm.
I see so many like like all that how they did the same like love and hip hop. We ain't got to call it love and go go, but we can it could be the same concept. But you can follow go go around. You can interview people that's involved or whatever. You can make the same concept of how they scored big on what they doing. If somebody take time out, they want to do the same thing here. I seen
Mm-hmm.
recently was though while they want to venture off into making a movie about Wayne Prairie or whatever, my whole thing is
Mm-hmm.
why do we glorify people who that hurt people's families? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I ain't knocking what nobody do, but that ain't what I do. And so at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, why are we trying to make a movie like with somebody like him? If you got the resources, why you want to make a movie about somebody who done hurt people that we know that is facts out here, bro? You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
you can venture off and make another movie with something else, bro.
Hey, if he want to make a movie, we just lost a OG in the basketball world recently. You want to do a movie? Do a movie on Lawrence Smoke.
Yeah, man, right, bro, right, right.
You want, like you said, spend your money to do a documentary. What are you getting out of doing a documentary about a drug dealer who, like you said, hurt people through the drugs that he put into communities, tore down communities, kill people, hurt people? Why do we
What?
want to?
Hey, bro,
Why
you
is
know what I'm
that
tired
story
of?
important to me?
I'm tired of people making those type of movies trying to get our attention, and I'm tired of every person that's a millionaire trying to sell us liquor to keep their money going.
Mm.
Everywhere
But
you turn around,
it's
somebody promoting, oh man, they got a new liquor out. Bro, come on,
mhm.
bro, make a movie about somebody, bro.
Make something that's going to be beneficial as opposed to continuously poisoning and hurting. Like I don't mind me some nice little drink every now and then. But it's one thing to
Well, that okay. That's not cutting you off, Tim. That's life. That take a drink every now and then. But to be an
yeah.
NFL player to make millions of dollars, bro, they made so much money that we will never see that type of money in our lifetime. Whereas though for real,
Mhm.
you could just sit in the house, chill, travel, or whatever. No, when that greed kick in with all of what's name, you don't have to have two homes. You don't have to have three homes. You can just have one and be okay. But your
Yeah.
mindset got you now. Well, I gotta have a house here. I gotta have a house there. When for real, one is enough, bro. But your
No, it's
lifestyle
enough for
now is
me.
so big with the for real. You wasting a whole lot of money in what you think is you have to be this way when you don't. Why not just live natural? Because you ain't grow up that way. A lot of people who make
Yeah.
it be people who be didn't make it at first. You know what I'm saying?
Be like puffy and all that type of stuff and all the bling stuff. Like you think seeing those visuals is what make us once we get to that status to have the money to buy it. Like that's the first thing we want to do. Like most dudes, the first thing they want to do is buy their mother house. You know what I'm saying? But then, like you said, if you buy your mother house, like what type of house she needs? She need a big old house because it's only your mama. She need 10 bedrooms by herself. So you think like we do that as like a status symbol to like have a physical representation of the fact we made it, and is that physical representation based on what movies and music has showed us over the years?
Tim, you know what I love, bro? I love YouTube, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on YouTube and watch a man that played in the NBA who made over $200 million, and now he's broke,
Hmm. Yeah.
brother. Tim, if you had $1 million right now, guess what that $1 million would do? That $1 million gonna last Tim the rest of his days, bro.
Shit. It's gonna last my days. It's gonna last my kids' days and part of my grandkids' days. I'm gonna flip that shit a million times. I'm gonna flip $1 million a million times through
Bro.
stocks and whatever else to grow that shit.
And see, okay, now somebody had 200 million. I'm gonna tell you how big people head got. You had basketball players choking coaches, bro. You know that's a no-no to put your hands on that white man.
Uh-huh.
You know that's a no-no. And so when you got some people that get barred from their situation, like me, you know, I be out there filming, like, you know, loving the wrestling. You had one
Mm-hmm.
wrestler, I posted his picture or whatever. Man, I got all types of what's the name about him or whatever. You don't even know if that's true what they're saying about him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you had all
Mm-hmm.
types of people saying things to him or saying things about him because I posted this picture. But he's a great guy. And I don't know if it's true. I'm not the one judging them. I'm just doing a job out there.
Yeah. But people feel like it's their job to use their phones to speak on shit just for the sake of speaking on shit. It's a level of power. They feel like they have power because I can say what I want and nobody can stop me from saying what I want. But why do you choose? Why just because you can say what you want because it's your phone, nobody's stopping you from typing whatever you want to type. But for some reason, people think that just because they typed it, that is the end all be all, and like nobody can question what you said. Nobody can, you know what I'm saying, tell you you're wrong because I said it, so that means it's true.
But,
But
bro, I went through that the other day. I went down my Facebook page. I unfriended everybody who commented something stupid.
mm,
Because I'm going to tell you why. You should know me. You should know me what I represent. Do you know what it takes to be somewhere? And I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. I don't got no team. I got a dream. So I roll by myself and I try to do a good job with capturing what I'm capturing. And do you know what it takes to hold a camera in front of these guys' face for 3 hours? You know, go
mm,
capture a couple fans or whatever, then stockpile all this B-roll footage because you you got something in your head that you want to get out. You got a dream that you're dreaming or whatever, and nobody has these same thoughts or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So again, when you know if you want to become something different in life, you got to do something different. You can't be doing like what everybody else doing. And so I chose to try to bring you this, bring you that, and bring it to you in my way, whereas though I can build up an audience. I can build up
mm,
an audience of people who follow what I'm doing and might even need my services one day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So again, when you got traction of what you're doing, I call my brand the big picture because I don't think small about nothing about life. That's first and foremost. I don't think small about nothing about life. And second, I don't think small about nothing that we're doing out here because everybody have a dream. It's just that if you wake up tomorrow and you say to yourself, man, fuck that dream. I ain't even think about that shit. I ain't even gonna put no energy towards that shit. We gonna fail every time with that thinking. Bro, I don't care if you move an inch towards your dream, then a mile towards your dreams, then another 10 miles towards your dream. As long as you be able to catch up to your dreams, bro, you winning, bro, because what you're dreaming ain't gonna come to you overnight, bro.
Yeah. People think it come overnight because we see the end results when you get on TV, you get on stage, or you get on a movie, but we don't see that rise and that
Oh, yeah,
grind.
that's what part. Yeah, okay, guess what? I'm gonna say this. Like, with 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 black people, they love watching. They love watching Floyd spend money. But I'm gonna tell you what I
Hmm.
love. What I seen Floyd doing before Floyd got that money. I seen Floyd up jogging 3 o'clock in the fucking morning in the fucking dock before he was
Hmm.
even like Mayweather. Before he was even known, they were just showing his work ethic and how hard he was working. See, he worked so hard back then, but he don't got to do none of that shit right now, bro. So,
Yeah.
however he pimp you, I ain't gonna say pimp you. However he set it up where he do shit like uh exhibition fights that don't count worth shit, but you
Hmm.
still take home a bag, bro. It's about thinking, bro. It ain't about oh man, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, bro. When I hear black people say this right there, right, this is what I hate when I hear us say this shit right here. I'm like, what's up, bro? How you been doing? Nothing. I'm all right, working hard. Oh, you a fool. This ain't them times, bro. It's too easy out here, bro. That working hard, you ain't got to work hard now, bro. You don't.
You gotta work smart.
And, bro, you got to work smart and master some shit, bro. Master some shit out here. You can be your own CEO out this motherfucker. First, you can claim it on Facebook, then just follow through with the
Mhm.
shit.
If you master it, it ain't hard work whatsoever. I remember doing like this radio shit. I remember the first time I did my TV show, first time I ever did a TV show. I've done radio, and just being on the microphone was just always natural to me. Like doing interviews, talking shit, being on the microphone, that was always natural to me. Um, so like quote unquote mastering it, I feel like I already mastered it. But then doing TV, I was scared as shit. It was a live show. I would make sure ain't nothing going on. But once I got through that first show, I was like, man, that shit was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. And then from there, it was like it was nothing. But so doing it to anybody want me to do a TV show, host a show, do a podcast, do radio, whatever, just call me. I'm just like a nigga. I just walk. I can walk to any radio station right now. All you got to do is tell me the name of the radio station, the call numbers, and I'm gonna go from there. Whatever the little slogan is, or whatever case may be. I don't need to know nothing. So a lot of people was like scared to do podcasts. I'm like, why are you scared to do a podcast? All you're doing is talking. Because they feel like it's so much more work, hard work to do something they've never done before. But if you ain't tried it, you know what I'm saying, you don't know how easy it can be or how much you're naturally able to do it. Because I didn't know how good I could help put more people on. So I was doing TV, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing media and see if I can grow it. Because if I can grow what I'm doing, that means I can have a platform for other people to get on. So those people who are still building, you can see them still building before they get big, and you can get the support before you. The sooner you can get the support, the sooner you can blow up. So it's hard work to a lot of people who either don't want to put in the work, or it's just something to me that that's not their thing to do. Top and do a radio show for, and then get back like it
Oh, bro, you ain't doing nothing wrong. Hey, bro, you have the technology and the equipment to set your world up like that, bro. You can do this shit every other hour.
was. I could literally do it all day if I felt like it.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
yeah, bro, it's about how you setting up your world or whatever.
mm. And then it's about I was talking to my man Super Dan, and he was telling me about. So he got wearegogomusic.com. And he wanted me to come on and do a interview, and I'm like, well, just let me know when you want to do a radio like an interview, and I'm there. And I was like, do you do them in the studio or do you do them like in the community, like on location? And he was like, man, we were trying to do location, but we gotta have all this equipment. We gotta have people to have all this equipment. Like, dog, what do you need all the equipment for? You need a laptop and a microphone.
And
As
also
long as you
sometimes,
got,
bro, you can even just bring a laptop and a microphone and still record it and put it out there still after that.
hmm. But this is about how much you know about your craft.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know about your craft, then you know all the technical aspects of it to the point where you can make the most out of a little bit. Like you said,
Now,
as
bro,
long as anywhere I go to stream live or whatever on location, the only thing I need to know is if you got Wi-Fi. As long as you
mm-hmm.
got Wi-Fi and I can connect to the internet, I'm gonna stream from my laptop. I got my microphone connected to the laptop. I got music on my laptop. I can do a radio station anywhere in this world as long as I got Wi-Fi.
Hey, bro, that's how I
As
feel
long.
about it. That's how I feel about when I'm videoing. As long as I
Mhm.
got a corner, I don't give a damn how small the spot is. As long as I got a corner.
Mhm. And it's the same thing with video because if you know what you're doing and know picture quality and lighting and all that type of stuff, you got people that's spending all this money to video because you need all that equipment to video. People that know
Mm-hmm.
the craft. It's like I was watching Gills and Rennis, and he always talk about like what he do. And he was like, there's a lot of people that work hard to get a bucket. He was like, if you put in the work and learning the craft, that one dribble pull up becomes so much easier if you focusing on like learning the angles and learning all the behind the scenes technical, scientific, technical, physical stuff. And it's like when it comes to what you do, if you really putting in the work to understand lighting and sound and camera quality, then you know how to work. You know how to get the most out of the most, like I said, minimal amount of equipment, as opposed to somebody else who just Google some shit and just bought whatever Google tell them to buy, and and you getting the same quality, or probably even better quality from your little situation as opposed to somebody else who spent $1,000 on
Mm-hmm.
all the equipment they got. Ooh. But definitely videos and stuff like that in a digital age. I mean, we always needed the visual representation of go-go. I think us older folks, a lot of us older folks who just refusing to transition into the digital age. Um, and you got people still out here doing CDs and flash drives and all that type of stuff. And if we ain't accepting the fact that we got phones in our hands and phone we can do pretty much everything we want on our phone, but we do everything else instead of watching go-go and listening to go-go on our phones.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I talk to a lot of people and like I ask them like how do you like when you listen to music, like how do you listen to it? And a lot of people not streaming go-go, not streaming music in general because they still stuck on an old school way of doing stuff. And I think some people feel like if they leave the old school way of doing stuff, that means that they're letting go of who they are. They say whatever you was doing between like your teens and early 20s, that's that pretty much establishes like who you are. Like the things you like, the things you do, and who you are is pretty much established high school years, early 20s, college years, things of that nature. And that's pretty much a lot of our glory days. And it's like you let go of those days to move on to something else and got to learn something new. A lot of people feel like if I let go of that, then I'm letting go of who I am. Because, like I said, those are your glory days. That's why if you're a basketball fan or football fan, we always talk about the 90s, the 90s, the 90s. Yeah, because that's when we was coming up. But now, even though these youngers is hooping like a motherfucker, we still can't let go of the fact that somebody in 2025 is better than somebody from our glory days. We was watching
Right.
that. Same thing with Go
Man, you are absolutely right, bro. Because I don't know who play basketball now.
Go. You feel some people like
I couldn't tell you none of them.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with Go Go though. It's like whoever the band was. I was talking to a girl earlier. She like Backyard is her band. She been going to see Backyard since she was 14, and she couldn't tell you nothing about. She couldn't tell you anything outside of the basic Junkyard Groovers, Essence. You know what I'm saying big bands, because once you of a fan of a certain thing or a fan of a certain era of a certain thing, you ain't even tripping off everything else that's going on outside of that.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a personal connection to who you are. Like I said, if you let go of that, if you let go of that or switch that up, it feels like you giving up a part of yourself. So a lot of people hold on to that, and that hurts go-go, because if you're not allowing yourself to, you don't have to let go of the band that you love or the era you came up in. You just adding to it. You can have 4, 5 different bands that's your go-to band or a band that you love. But if you love go-go in general, you going for me, I love go-go, so I don't care who playing. I want to see everybody play, because if you crank, you crank. That's all it means to me.
And who you tell? And I like when I go see a band and I ain't never seen them before, and they
Hmm.
crank, and that goes to show you. That's why, like again, just because you've been doing something a long time, that shit don't make you no fucking legend. Because you've been doing something, you've been living a long time. That don't mean you no legend. You got to create
Hmm.
something. And I'm just saying, being a hellified dude was there ain't no blemishes on your record, man. You know what I'm saying? Was
Hmm.
though some of these backstories you hear about these dudes where they be like, oh nah, you ain't legend, legend my ass. You a thief.
It's a lot of dope out here. It's like, where was you at when I was in the go-go in 1985? Where was you at? Yeah, I mean, just because you older than me and you've been in it longer, don't mean that you know more than me, or you in a better. You have a more of a say so over what goes on in the go-go world, or the gatekeepers. A lot of people talk about the gatekeepers in go-go. You ain't
I
a
never understood that
you.
language.
Yeah, you can't say that you can't be a gatekeeper and dictate or determine um, who can do what, simply because you're old. You know what I'm saying? So this new go-go association, it was kind of a question, because they was talking about like doing go-go awards and different things like that. They were like, they wanted to like give people like go-go bands to sign up to be a part of the association to get the benefits and assistance to kind of grow their band. And the question came up like, who determines what's a go-go band, or if a band fits the qualifications of a go-go band? Because we had a interesting conversation probably a year ago about Black Alley, and whether Black Alley was a go-go band, because they're not a go-go band, they're a rock band. And like, who are you to say what somebody is? If you ask KC,
Mhm.
Casey will tell you we're it's what they call it. Is rock and roll, it's R&B, it's hip hop, it's go go. It's go go with all of those elements and those other genres of music within the style of go go. But
Mhm.
the gatekeepers of go go says, if it's not the traditional go go that we know from our glory days, then you aren't go go. They did the same thing with bounce beat. It took people a long time to accept bounce beat as go go, because the gatekeepers was, if it wasn't again what they feel like go go is based on what it was during my glory days, then it's not go go. And that's that's been holding go go up or holding go go back, because these gatekeepers just keep saying, they keep trying to dictate what go go is, what they think go go is. They don't want go go to ever change to anything else. And as long as we have the wrong people deciding what go-go is, and people not embracing new elements of go-go, the growth of go-go to bring in different styles of go-go. I keep telling people go-go is real close to just being new edition,
Mhm.
because new edition can, as long as they alive, They can do a tour and they're gonna perform shit from 35, 40 years ago, and they're gonna be good. But and that's where go-go is going because you go to see Junk, you go to see Back, you go to see Groovers or whatever band Raw is with tonight. What are they performing? Shit
hmm
from 25, 35 years ago. And we go every week, listen to the same shit we've been listening to for 35 years, and
Man,
we
but
good with it.
that's why sometimes, like again, like you got the people that's in the band. They keep telling you come out. First of all, my truck run off gas.
Mm,
Second, you come out. Sometimes you're gonna spend miscellaneous money. And my thing is, if the party ain't free, I don't expect for who I am or man somebody gonna get me in or whatever. I like to patronize somebody just like I want somebody patronizing me. So
mhm.
again, if I'm gonna go out, most likely I'm going somewhere where that party free, bro. Cause I ain't giving up no man. Cause the promoter want nah. Mm-mm. Nah, I done seen it, but I done been going this shit for like 50 for what? Yeah, 50 years, bro.
Mhm.
No, not 50 years, 47 years.
But like I said, just like with New Edition, as long as they can do it, what the difference between New Edition and these go-go bands, that New Edition gonna do a tour every 2 years. So if you're a New Edition fan and you had to wait, you went to the last New Edition show and you had to wait 2 years to see them again because you in love with New Edition. The fact that you're not getting them every week, two, three times a week, that's the difference between the nostalgia that is New Edition and the nostalgia that is Junkyard, Backyard, and all these old school bands. Because yeah, we're gonna just crank off the old shit and we still love the old shit. That's fine. But from a business standpoint, I'm like, you got to stop doing shows every week. Because if you doing shows every week and you still performing the same music for, let's say, 25, 35 years, like, what is the reason to come out?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't see you this week, first of all, if I have don't see you this week, it's okay because I didn't seen you 1,000 times before. I can go online and all the music that I know you're gonna hit anyway. So what are we really? What's the real reason for me to come out every week? Which is why the crowds get smaller and smaller as we get older because people outgrow go-go. They outgrow go-go as a music. They outgrow going to go-go's. And some people just be like, yeah, I done been there, done that. I'm good now. Because you ain't giving nobody anything new to make them want to keep coming out.
Man,
Because
I know
majority,
times me leaving the go go and just dodging deers and shit like that. That's the shit that make you don't want to come out.
when niggas don't want to do go-go's in the city to stay in their life, nigga, put go-go back in the city. But the Merlin ass niggas are scared to come to the city. Like y'all don't need to come to the city. It's enough people that live in DC that will allow a go-go band to make money. I mean, Aqua still get a good crowd. That's right on New York Avenue. So
Of course.
people can, yeah. So we don't need to look. We don't need y'all Merlin niggas. we don't need y'all Merlin niggas. We got go-go's right in the city.
A big ass motherfucker deer you just dodged. You're like, oh nah. Keep going. I ain't gonna keep coming off of this. This shit is not worth it.
I'd rather go in the city and catch an Uber from one part of the city to the other, or I'd rather deal. I mean, ain't that much traffic at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but they more worried about. They assume that if you come out DC, people gonna break in your cars, you're gonna get robbed, you're gonna this. Look, if y'all just scared, say you're scared. That's my thing. If you're scared, just say you're scared.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine if you're scared because yes, we can still have go-go's in your part of the DMV where you feel safe, and that's wonderful. But when we have them in the city,
YouTube, the big picture Bones M. Simmons. Every last one. I'm about to post one up as soon as I get off the phone with you.
That's what's up. So make sure if you are a fan of Go-Go and you can't make it out to the Go-Go, you still want to see what's going on in the party, enjoy the music, make sure you subscribe. Don't just go to the page. Subscribe to the
Right?
page. Share the page. Stream it over and over again.
Yeah, give
The
me one of them.
subscription.
Yeah, if I can get one of them awards, them guys be having.
Yeah, subscriptions matter, watch hours matter. You know what I'm saying? If we want GoGo to be on the my TikTokers for big booty bitches. I gotta get my algorithms back to big booty bitches.
Oh man.
That's what's up. So make sure y'all support my man Bones M. Simmons. He's definitely worth the subscribe, definitely worth the support. If you want him to come out and videotape your band, definitely hit him up, Bones M. Simmons on Facebook. And if you got some dollars to have him come out, that's even better. Ain't that right?
Yes,
You
indeed,
put some
bro.
money in my
Appreciate you.
money in the pocket. So you ever want to come back, you're always welcome to come back, talk more Go-Go. If you got something on your mind, you just want a space to talk about it, all you gotta do is hit a brother up.
Man, my man, I appreciate you, Tim. Thank you.
$3,000 plus get access to 3,000 plus live PA tapes from the 80s, 90s, all the way up to today. It's only $49.99, and that pays for a whole 12 months of access to old school Go-Go, new school Go-Go, and everything else on the platform, including Say What the Go-Go Show. So on that note, catch me in the streets, catch me in the studio, catch me online, because if you ain't there, you ain't nowhere. I'm the hero, Super Temp, and I'm out.
Man, thank you, Tim. Appreciate you, bro.
You're welcome, my man. Thank you.
All right.